Zion National Park. I'm at the beginning of the Zion Observation Point Trail. It is from the East Mesa trailhead. So I do believe there's a second way to get up to Observation Point from Weeping Rock, but right now that is closed. So this is the only way to get there. It should be a hike about 3.5 miles there. And let's see what we find. I'm about half a mile into the trail now. It's been mostly easy trail so far. As you can see ahead, there's a bunch of rocks though. So there's sections where there's lots of rocks that you gotta move around. So I'm about halfway to Observation Point at this time. If you plan on coming to Observation Point, here's a couple things to keep in mind. One, if you plan on parking at the trailhead, there's a very limited amount of spots, not very many. And two, the road to get there is very rough. So a 4x4 is definitely suggested. If you want to get a ride out there, there's a shuttle that goes from the Ponderosa Ranch, Zion Ponderosa Ranch. I don't know, I think it's like $8 or something, but they'll take you out. Be aware that the last quarter mile or so out to Observation Point is a lot of sand. And a few steps to Observation Point. I have it at 3.46 miles on the Garmin. There, looking down at Angel's Landing. Observation Point, Zion National Park. Finishing off the hike right at sunset. My thoughts on the trail. The East Mesa trail out to Observation Point is relatively easy, about 3.5 miles each direction, but with a huge payoff when you get to the finish. Spectacular views looking down at Zion Canyon as well as Angel's Landing and the Virgin River. So definitely worth it, and I suggest you put it on your list. All right, we're going to go on the Emerald Pools trails right now at Zion. Since the bridge at Zion Lodge is closed right now, I had to start at the grotto. We're going to take the Kayenta Trail over to the Emerald Pools. It's the same stop, same place you start to do Scout Lookout and Angel's Landing. First thing you do is across the Virgin River. And instead of going this way, which would take you to Angel's Landing and Scout Lookout, we are going to go up and go to the Emerald Pools on the Cayente Trail. Now we are off the Cayente Trail and on the Emerald Pool Trail. I think we're headed to the upper Emerald Pool right now. I believe it's a loop, so we'll just take it all the way around. Made it to the middle Emerald Pool. There's water going through here. Here we are, final steps, going down actually, to the upper Emerald Pool. Today, the park is packed. There's people everywhere. But yet, this little trail here, which is the one that's above the lower Emerald Pool, there's no one on it. This is great. All by myself. Back at the Grotto Trailhead here. This time, we're going to attempt to hike to Angel's Landing. If I can't get to Angel's Landing, I'll get to Scout Lookout. But Angel's Landing is the goal. That is way up there. So the first part of this trail is actually kind of easy. But it's 1,500 feet up and only 2.5 miles, so it does get difficult after a while with lots of switchbacks, a lot of elevation gain. Nowadays, in order to hike to Angel's Landing, you were required to have a permit. Too many people were taking it before. Got really crowded in the chain section, which is really the dangerous part. But if you don't have a permit, it's still worth the hike up. Going up to Scout Lookout. Amazing views from up there as well. Just the adrenaline of doing Angel's Landing is that much better. So this is what we have to climb up. You can see a bunch of people on the switchbacks. And we have to climb all the way up there. Here's how far we've come up so far. I don't know, maybe halfway. Just got done with that first set of switchbacks. Now entering the refrigerator, which is definitely going to be welcome right now because it is a quite warm day today. The refrigerator is called that because, if you can see, we got cliffs on either side of us. So it's nice and shady in here. And sometimes you get a really nice breeze through here. Made it to the bottom of Walter's Wiggles. This is the final 21 or 22 super quick, super steep switchbacks. That'll take us up to Scout Lookout. Just made it past Walter's Wiggles, and now I'm at Scout Lookout. This is the furthest you can go without a permit. So you can't go to Angel's Landing without a permit, but if you get to here, there's some great views from here. Here, the views from Scout Lookout. As you can see, climbed a long way. Now we're going to start the infamous chains section of Angel's Landing. This will take us out to the peak. The chains are there for a reason, because there's a lot of sheer cliffs and you don't want to fall. And every part of this section has chains. So you just have to scramble up the rocks and make your way through. This is the last difficult part of the chain section, almost to Angel's Landing. As you can see, the view is pretty awesome. last steep section to go. And that is the end of the chain section. And this is Angel's Landing. And this is the view of the top of Angel's Landing. Now time to start the climb down, which I've done this hike. This is my third time, so I know the way down sometimes is a little more difficult down some of those chain sections, so we're gonna take it nice and easy. Head down. The way down is the same way up. But you get to go through the spine, which is right there. Get over there to Scout Lookout, and Walter's Wiggles and down. The end of the chain section. So back at Scout Lookout. Now time for the multitudes of switchbacks on the way down. One nice thing here at Scout Lookout is restrooms. So if you gotta go, there you go. The way down is the same way as up. So that means right through Walter's Wiggles once again. Well, that didn't take that long when you can speed it up. Keep in mind that the switchbacks on the way down, they're not easy either. It really burns your quads. So I'm done with all the switchbacks. It's about to get a little more flat. It's always nice to look back to where you were. So there's Angel's Landing up there. All right, coming to the end of the Angel's Landing hike, a few thoughts. It is definitely worth the effort. The views from Angel Landing are unbelievable. They are awesome. So if you can handle it, do it. This is not a hike for someone who's afraid of heights. So keep that in mind. And if you want to do this, be a good idea to watch a couple videos on it just to see what to expect on the trail, or especially on the chain section. Some of it's not easy, doing a little scrambling over rocks. Some of it you're really close to the edge, but I never felt like I was gonna fall off. So anyway, definitely enjoy that hike. Third time, can't wait to do it again. This trail is called the Canyon Overlook Trail. It starts right at the east end of the main tunnel that goes through Zion. I really like this trail for a lot of reasons. I think it gives it's the best bang for your buck trail in the entire park. There's not much elevation gain, even though we're going up steps right now. It's about a half mile each direction. It's really good for kids. And the view at the end is spectacular. So, if you're ever at Zion, this is a must-do trail. This is the view from the end of the Canyon Overlook Trail. Was the Canyon Overlook Trail. Great small short trail. Great for kids, great for families. Spectacular view at the end, so definitely worth doing.